Welcome all the subscribers around the globe to the forum Life Made Up of Questions. Today, we are having our guest, Dr. Roy John, Director, Holy Grace Academy of Management. He is having around 20 plus years of experience in banking sector. After that, he has done his executive MBA from Indian Institute of Management, Calicut. Now he is into academics. So welcome you, sir, to this forum, Life Made Up of Questions.
Thank you very much, Dr. Harikrishnan. I am very glad to be in this forum.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So let's start the discussion. So our topic of discussion is on CIBIL score. So coming into the CIBIL, many people are confused, including me. I am also having the curiosity to know more about the CIBIL, what is CIBIL and what is its importance and resemblance of CIBIL. So my first question is that what is CIBIL actually, and when CIBIL is implemented, and what was the criteria before the implementation of CIBIL in banking industry? Yes.
Yeah, let us look at the history of CIBIL. Before we begin talking about the CIBIL report.
Okay.
Before 2000, there was no credit information system, organized credit information system in the country, but it was prevalent in other countries. So if one person, say X, wants to take a loan, he goes to a bank, say Z bank, then he goes to Y bank, then he goes to another bank with the same kind of salary certificate, suppose, okay? And these three banks will give him a loan, a personal loan, with the same salary certificate or copy of the salary certificate. Because X bank doesn't know Y bank has given him the loan, Z bank had given him the loan. So this was the prevalent in the industry, banking industry or lenders industry. That's one background. Second background, the bankers never know what kind of credit history this person has got.
Okay.
And what is the probability that he is going to repay the loans. Okay, so in 2000, the government has come out with a law, proposed a law, and that the country needs some kind of credit information bureaus. And in 2000, Credit Information Bureau of India Limited, that is CIBIL, the full form was Credit Information Bureau of India Limited. CIBIL was established as the first credit information bureau. In fact, now when we talk about CIBIL, we talk as if CIBIL is the only credit information bureau in India. That is not true.
Okay.
Though CIBIL has become synonym for the Credit Information Bureau in India, it is not the sole Credit Information Bureau. We have three other Credit Information Bureaus just like CIBIL. One of them is, these three are Equifax, Experian, and Highmark, then CIBIL. So as of now, we have 4 Credit Information Bureaus, companies in India, to whom the banks and other financial institutions are mandated by RBI to report all the loan transactions and loan informations. So what happens? Every bank, every lender in this country reports their loan files, all individuals' loan files, to 2 of the credit information bureaus every month. They update the information every month with the credit information companies in India. So if we look at CIBIL as of now, why we talk more about CIBIL is that CIBIL has got around 60 crore individual loan accounts details, and it has got around 2,400 members as subscribers for credit information. An insurance company can be a credit user, a bank can be a user, an NBFC can be a user, and even a telecom company can be a user. So they have the largest data, pool of data, maybe one of the largest in the world. 60 crore, it's a huge number. So this is the background of credit information bureaus, and CIBIL, Credit Information Bureau of India Limited, is one of the 4 information bureaus in India as of now.
Thank you,
Yes,
sir.
I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got a detailed clarity regarding what is CIBIL. So apart from the other credit information bureaus, CIBIL stands more prominent in India. Likewise, what are
Exactly.
the
Exactly.
like when we are taking the other countries other than India, they are also having some credit information bureaus. So what is the role of CIBIL there, or only the more prominence of CIBIL is shown in India or any other countries other than India?
Not exactly CIBIL. Other countries, even US, they have Highmark, they have Equifax. In other countries also, these credit information companies are there. May not be in the exact name of CIBIL. CIBIL is exclusively for India.
Okay, exactly.
Right? Okay.
Okay, fine. So I think this has given a better clarity regarding what is CIBIL and how, like before 2000, what was the drawbacks in this banking sector, and after implementation of CIBIL, it has become more transparent and better clarity on these transactions. Okay, so thank you, sir. So next topic of discussion regarding the CIBIL is that how to calculate the CIBIL score. As we all know, there is an algorithm for calculation. Now everything is automated. So there will be some criteria for calculating the CIBIL score. And what is the range of CIBIL score? And what is a poor than average and good CIBIL score is also. So please, regarding the CIBIL score calculation.
Yeah, CIBIL score is one of the information we get from a CIBIL report. Okay, we get CIBIL score, then we have individual information, then we have loan information, then we have inquiry information. These are the components of a CIBIL report or a Credit Information Bureau's report. This is the same format for every 4 credit information companies' reports. Now, generally, for all these companies, the scores are calculated from 300 to 900. 300 is the least, 900 is the maximum. So, for a pay 750 and above. In India, usually a score of 750 to 900 is considered to be a very good score or an excellent score. And a score from 700 to 750 is considered to be a good score. And below 700, 600 to 700 is okay. Banks still give loans. And below 600, banks usually do not give loans. Only private lenders give loans. So this is the general scoring. Now, what are the factors which affect this CIBIL score? This calculation of CIBIL score, it changes. The patterns, the factors are more or less common to all the companies, but periodically they change the components and the factoring percentage. One is the payment history. So if you are making late payments, if your EMI is on 10th, you pay it on the next month, 1 month, your EMI is late by 1 month, it will have a bad impact on that. Then another one is high credit utilization. If you are utilizing your credit limit in the case of CC at the highest always, even if it's in a credit card also, that will have a bad impact on the credit score. Then another one is credit mix. What is credit mix? Suppose you have 10 loans from 5 different banks, and all the loans are personal loans. See, it will have a negative impact on your score. Why? Because you have loans which are not backed by securities. So, in case of personal loans or credit card alone, that will have a negative impact on that. So you need to have a housing loan which is backed by mortgage, a car loan which is backed by car, an asset, and then a personal loan, and then credit card. That's a good mix. Okay. Then multiple inquiries. What is multiple inquiry? If you go to one bank, you ask for a personal loan of say 10 lakhs. Then they say, okay, let us see. You come next day. Then you go to the next bank. You go to 5 banks inquiring these personal loans or any kind of loans, and it it is stamped in the report. It is stamped in the CIBIL report. Every inquiry from a financial institution stamped in the report. So whoever takes the report later will see that 5 banks have inquired. You have inquired with 5 banks for a loan. That means you are credit hunting. You're hunting for credit. You're hungry for credit. That also, these are the 4 factors which affect the scores of a credit information report.
So
Yes,
yes,
sir.
yes, we got a detailed understanding regarding the calculation of CIBIL score and its impact over the person's credit as well as the loan sanctioning, etc. So my next question, I don't know whether it's linked with this CIBIL. Actually, for example, a person is availing a personal loan for 10 lakhs and he's having a housing loan of 60 lakhs and he's paying both the things correctly. The every month EMI he's paying on a correct time scale. So in between he is taking another loan. So whether the bank will be encouraging how for existing loan, if we, without closing an existing loan, whether they will be providing another loan based upon the CIBIL score.
I would suggest, I would say that no loan is actually given based on CIBIL score. CIBIL score is one of the criteria to decide whether a loan to be given to a person or not. And for sanctioning a loan, every bank has its own policy. Okay. Banks always encourage people to take loans as long as they have the repayment capacity. Suppose my monthly income is 10 lakh. Okay. And I can, banks will always ask me to take more and more loans because I have got the repayment capacity maybe up to 8 lakhs or 7 lakhs.
So exactly, I got the idea. But one question is that, for example, if I am availing a loan of 50 lakhs from Tamil Nadu SBI, okay, then in parallel, without closing that, my repayment, say my salary may be 2 lakhs or 3 lakhs per month, and if I'm planning to avail another loan of 50 lakhs in Kerala, will the bank will be thinking about my repayment capacity in such circumstances? Will they may be knowing that the total amount will be coming, so the monthly EMI will be more. So how they can how they will be planning to sanction the loan, and my CIBIL, actually there is nothing to do, my CIBIL will be good parallelly. So it's a question of curiosity because I had come across such questions from my friends.
Of course.
That's why.
Of course. That's good. Okay. Let me explain to that. Let's explain this point. If I have taken a loan, suppose I have a monthly income of 1 lakh and I have taken a loan of 50 lakhs from a bank in Chennai. That's what you said, right? Okay. So my repayment is about 50,000 per month. Suppose if I have a 50,000 per month. And then I want to take another 50 lakhs from another Union Bank in Kochi, right? That's what you said, right?
Yes.
So when you go to a bank, they will ask you to declare what are your liabilities. So there you have to declare that I have a loan from SBI, okay, of 50 lakhs. Then they will ask you what is your income. You will have to prove that my income is 1 lakh. So then they will calculate what is the EMI of this loan. Okay, that is 50,000. That means 50% of your income is going to EMI. So every bank has got criteria up to what percentage of your monthly salary or your annual income can go to EMIs of all loans. For some banks, it cannot exceed 60%. For some banks, it cannot exceed 70% because you need money for your sustenance, right? Okay. So if comparing all these loans, compiling all these loans, you have the EMIs goes beyond 70% or 60%. As per the norms of this particular bank, you will not be able to get a loan. So suppose we say, I don't declare that to the bank. That's where the case of the importance of CIBIL comes in. When they take out for every loan, it's mandatory for every bank to look at the CIBIL score and investigate that. The CIBIL not score exactly, report. So when they take out the CIBIL report, they will find out that all your loans which are given in India.
Okay.
Because it is mandatory for banks and financial institutions to report to minimum two these credit information companies every month. Okay. So as of now, your loan will be, wherever you take the loans in India, it will be reported to this CIBIL or any other, some other credit information companies.
So my another question is that an NRI, he is availing a loan of say once a year in India, and if he's taking like in other country according to the currency or the income he's taking a loan, it will not be like according based upon his salary only his CMA is fixed in India. So in India he is not revealing the loan he has taken in abroad. This is a question of doubt which I'm having. As we have mentioned, the two states in India, this is one country as well as India. So if I'm not revealing my loan or liability, the country where I'm working, so how it will be affecting the bank in like the risk of the bank.
Now we are entering into another arena of sanctioning terms, not CIBIL terms. Okay,
yeah, exactly.
Fine. Yeah, fine. But I would summarize that banks as of now, these CIBIL or credit information bureaus in India are not, their reports are not aligned with not synced with the international data.
Okay,
that is true. So that loan will not be appearing in the data. But banks do have other mechanism to inquire. If it's a very big loan, they have other mechanism to inquire about a particular person or particular company abroad. In almost all the companies, there are companies or investigating agencies which provide data and opinions about individuals, their financial obligations, companies and their financial obligations abroad.
so the question is that, yeah, I got the idea. The question is that if I'm having a loan in India, I'm doing a good correctly, I'm paying every month, and my CIBIL score is good. But parallelly, I'm having a huge liability in abroad, which the Indian bank is not knowing, and I'm planning to relocate to the other country also, which I'm not revealing to the Indian bank. But I'm planning to take a lump sum amount from India. So that the thing is that, as we have mentioned, we are not knowing that because I'm having good report in India, my CIBIL score is good, everything is good, but no one will be planning to think about my liabilities in the country where currently I'm working. So in such case, how the bank will be like?
That's actually a banking question, but I would still have to answer to that. That's what I said. If banks usually get his account statements for last 1 year. Looking at the account statement, there everything goes in abroad. Usually everything goes through accounts. So looking at his account statement, we can easily find out that EMIs are paid. So banks raise questions about the payment from account statements. That's point number one. Point number two, if it's a very big loan, nobody is giving loans without taking security. Okay, without taking security. If it's a housing loan, the loan will be secured by mortgaging the house. So even if the worst case he goes abroad, the asset will be here. So that's banks will have its own, banks will have their own criteria for giving loans in such cases.
Okay, exactly.
All such scenarios are tested.
Okay, fine. Because as a banker, okay, I am expecting such kind of answers from your side, because the common people, they may not be aware, because such questions will be always there in mind. Now we are aware that lot of spams are happening in and around country. And another question is that when a student is availing an education loan, for example, we can take 10 lakhs. At that age, he or she may not be working, and the bank will be granting the loan based upon after the completion of course, he or she may be getting a certain income and the repayment will happen. But in the worst situation, if the student is not able to complete the course, successfully complete the course, or maybe facing a difficulty in getting an opportunity, so and in future they are planning to start something, a startup, and they are going for availing a loan, will the bank will be granting a loan to such student, or yeah, that question is clear, I think.
Okay, got it. That's very relevant question, especially in today's scenario, where a lot of students are taking education loans and repayments are not forthcoming, because education loans are a sector of loans, a segment of loans where NPA, non-performing assets, or bad loans are very high. That's also true. Unfortunately, what happens is that if the loan is not repaid, the credit report or the CIBIL report is damaged. So whenever they go to another bank for taking a loan for any other venture, it will be very difficult for them to get the loan, because it is stamped. This loan is already stamped in their credit information report. Their scores are damaged. So that's why I would always suggest, before settling the loans, if it's not that a big amount, even if you settle the loans, some education loans are settled. So we say it's good that we settle. That also comes in the credit reports. Settling loans will reduce not only loans, even credit card, 100 rupees for credit cards. If you settle, that will bring down your credit score. So before settling, we should think twice.
Okay.
Even now, let me add to that. Even now, some employers, even in public sector in India, some banks, when they advertise for recruiting probationary officers and clerical staff, they specifically say that their credit reports should be regularized. They should have good credit score. That means if they have irregular education loans, they will not be given employment. Okay. So that will affect the student future prospects badly. Yeah.
Because as you have mentioned, in current scenario, this question is having more impact, and more or less, actually, the student is innocent because he or she knowingly or unknowingly taking up the liabilities into the shoulders. And actually, while granting the loan, the parents is also a part of that. So, for example, there will be a duration, like we are providing some 2 years gap to repay that loan after getting in the employability, and he or she is not finding the thing. As you have mentioned, in case of recruitment also it will be affected, right?
Yes, yes. Some banks, insist that they should have a good CIBIL report.
Okay, fine. So
another point okay.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Which I want to add that here in education loan, the student is a borrower, parent is a co-borrower. Okay, so if the education loan is not repaid in time, both of their CIBIL reports will get affected. They get affected. And another thing, not only the borrowers or co-borrowers, even if there is a guarantor, his credit score also will get affected. Okay. He just guaranteed a loan, but if the loan is bad, if loan is not repaid, his credit score also will go down. That also have to be taken care. Yeah.
Okay, fine. So I think the answer is quite clear, and good clarification over the subject. And one more question is that it may be out of the box, like not totally focused to CIBIL. Like one question is that we can take an example, a person with 65 years of age or 60 years of age, he's having good CIBIL score history. When he has taken the loan, he has paid on the right time, and he's having good asset, a good savings, good revenue, good assets, everything is fine. But at the age of 65, he's planning to take a loan and he's approaching the bank. Always we are seeing the scenario that the bank is refusing to give a loan to that person. They're fixing a margin, like let's say some maximum up to 5 lakhs or 10 lakhs. Beyond that, they are not willing to give. So, irrespective of his CIBIL score, this citizen is getting a negligence from the bank. So, as a banker, from your experience and on a future forecasted plans, I hope to get a answer to this question.
Yeah, yes, it is true. Sadly, it is true because as I mentioned earlier, CIBIL score is just one component for sanctioning a loan. For a bank, they have fixed so many criteria for giving a loan, and as per their policy, they may have age restriction, they may have amount restriction, they may have sector restriction. These are as per the policies of the bank. Generally, why banks restrict loans to aged people beyond maybe pension loan or small personal loans is that based on the life expectancy and the earning capacity. So earning capacity is the main criteria for repayment, And when that comes into play, age will become a crucial factor.
Okay, sir. Thank you. So I think I got a better clarification for this question. So I am planning to wind up this discussion. So I think basically we have started with the full form of CIBIL and what are the other companies providing the credit reports, and in India the resemblance and importance of CIBIL before 2000, what was the scenario, and after 2000 the implementation of CIBIL created a better impact on the sanctioning and the loan section in banking. And regarding all these questions, I think we got a better understanding and clarity. So thank you, Dr. Roy John, for joining this evening for this forum life made up of questions. I'm very much fascinated in his profile. The main thing is that after having 20 plus years in a prominent bank in India, he has taken an executive MBA from Indian Institute of Management Science, Calicut. So his thirst for knowledge and his curiosity of mind is driving him forward to different ventures and different dimensions of life. So now he is associated as director of Holy Grace Academy of Management. I wish all the very best in his career ahead and for the students as he is able to motivate young minds. So thank you, sir, for joining this evening and giving a better clarification and understanding regarding this topic, CIBIL score. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Harikrishnan. I would also mention that I have been watching this program, Your Life Made Up of Questions, for quite a while, and what amazes me is the diversity of subjects and the experts who are coming to this forum to interact with you. That always amazes me and surprises me because from rocket science, AI, and from psychology, what are the subjects not talked in this forum? I always wonder. And today, this is a financial subject, CIBIL. Okay. With that, I think you have touched upon almost all the subjects in this Life Made Up of Questions forum. So that's an amazing show, Dr. Harikrishnan. I wish all the best to you, and I wish you a great new year ahead. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. And I wish Happy New Year to all the subscribers and our special guest, Dr. Roy John. So wish you a wonderful year ahead. So thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.